Oh, hey there. Welcome to the Close Friends List podcast. We're so excited to have you here. You've been added to our close friends list. Before we jump into this episode and start yapping and gabbing, wanted to stop by and let you know that you can find us on social media at Close Friends List Pod. You can find us on TikTok, Twitter, Insta, Spotify, YouTube, and anywhere else with podcast platforms. We're so excited to see you online and hope to be added to your close friends list. Let's get into this episode. We're back, everybody!
Yay!
Woo! Did you miss us?
Guess not. Bye. No.
How did you live without us for the last few weeks? Inquiring minds want to know.
I had a hard time personally.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, no. All three of us were texting in our group chat being like, when's the pod coming back? When's the pod coming back? Like, I can't wait to chat. Can't wait to chat. And now here we are. So
it's time to
you're
chat.
welcome.
It's time to yap.
Exactly. Just so much happened. And
Yeah.
when you're not chatting weekly, I
Mhm.
mean, it all just piles up.
We're new girlies
It
now.
really does.
Mm-hmm.
We're all
new
30.
girlies. We're all 30. We have a new podcast name.
Yeah.
We're grown now.
We're grown.
We have-
welcome to the Close Friends List podcast.
Everybody who's listening has been added to our close friends list. Welcome.
This is where you'll find, our unhinged takes, our opinions, are basically the only things you let your close friends see.
Yeah, we are letting a little loose, I feel like. I mean, changing up the format a little bit, changing up some of the
Yeah.
content.
We're 30 now, so we can do what we want.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We are grown women, and we're not afraid to
Exactly.
show it. So
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. So silly.
But yeah, so since the last time you guys saw us, we had a hot girl summer. So who wants to start off telling us what they did for their hot girl summer?
Well, no matter who starts, we have to start with our summer kicked off with Erin's 30th
It
birthday.
did. That was the
Whoop,
beginning of the
whoop,
summer.
whoop, whoop.
And what a way
It
to
really
start.
was.
What a way to start.
Start with a bang.
We did. We went to SoCal wine country. Shout out Temecula. Shout out Chris, our winery driver. He was
Oh,
an icon.
yes.
And we just lived it up, lived bougie, and did the thing.
That was like the best cosplaying experience I've ever had.
I mean, yeah, 48 hours of my life, and I had the time of my life,
Amazing.
honestly.
The photos were
literally.
great. The time
literally.
was great. The food was great. Like there was
The weather was
The
great.
food.
Yeah, there
the
was-
company,
Yeah,
the
the weather
pool.
was literally perfect.
Yeah. The only downside was that it was too short. Like
yeah, for sure.
I
Yeah.
did not want the weekend to end. Like it was
Imagine if we were there for like a week. That would have been
Real
us in
Housewives.
the pool a week. That would have been incredible.
It was like really a come down. I was sitting in the San Diego airport for like 6 hours.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had to be dropped off. Like my flight wasn't until 9 or 10. I was doing like
Oh,
a red
yeah.
eye, but everybody else
Yeah.
needed to get back to LA for their like red eye flights. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm just
Ye-
chilling.
yeah.
It was so like
Oh
just
man.
a little depressing because I had so much fun, and then I was just like in this airport
Yeah.
for 6
You're like,
hours.
womp womp.
Yeah. I spent
Yeah.
$100 on an Uber. That was a great time.
We
I got
loved.
back at the crack of dawn, had to get my kid 45 minutes later. So that was fun.
Big weekend.
Yeah.
It was a great big time, big weekend. Yeah. There was a lot going on, but it was the best. I feel like every weekend
Mhm.
should be like that. Just jet setting
It
somewhere.
really should be.
I mean, that less than $100 Breeze flight. I'll go anywhere for a weekend.
Shout out
sure.
to Breeze. They really made it happen for real.
Honestly, yeah, like I had an amazing experience. We both had our own row. They
Mhm.
were on time.
That's incredible.
Mhm.
I felt very safe. I felt
I
like
did. I have no complaints for Breeze.
me
It was
neither.
great. I
Except
would-
for the bitches behind
Snaps
me.
to breeze.
yeah, they were rude.
Well, that's fine. That was not Breeze's fault. That
No,
was,
it's not.
That's any airline.
I will say this was back in June, and
Yeah.
I still have not financially recovered.
I'm just now financially recovering.
I'm just saying,
so-
I'm still catching up on the
Yeah.
bills that I didn't pay in June to make this.
So at Norfolk Admirals, don't listen to this right now.
Norfolk Admirals,
It's not
Phoenix's
looking good.
daycare. I just-
Please.
I can't tell you how many. I did a lot of shifting around of the funds to like make it happen, which is because it's like a YOLO.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like you only live once, and
Well,
bills.
turn 31.
That's what I'm saying. When are you gonna be able to
exactly.
go to a nice ass Airbnb, like go to a winery?
Yeah.
Like you don't get to do that very often. So I said, "F it." I'll deal with it when I deal with it. And here I am 2 months
Yeah.
later still dealing with it. But like, I don't regret a thing.
But the memories.
The
live
memories.
on.
The memories and the pictures we got from that trip,
Yeah.
incredible. Will last a lifetime.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I have no regrets at all. So
No, same.
I would do it again. Maybe.
Let's do it again.
Like, I'd have more
Yeah, see
planning
you.
time financially.
See you
to-
next time.
yeah, but yeah, no regrets. That was a great way to kick off the summer for sure.
Yeah.
It
Mhm.
really was.
Mhm.
Thank you so much, Erin, for planning
Thank
and
you for
making all
being
that
born.
happen for all.
Coming.
Thank you for being born.
Yes.
Appreciate
Oh
it.
my gosh.
Gosh, I don't even know what happened after that. It's been a blur.
I mean, I can go. I wrote some stuff down.
Okay.
Yeah.
I only have one big thing that happened for me. So
Yeah. We did go. I went on another trip. I went to Nova Scotia.
you did.
I did not
Oh,
have as
yeah.
good of an airline experience.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I was supposed to get to Nova Scotia on Saturday. I didn't get there till Monday afternoon.
Insanity.
Please. We almost went home. We were in Newark, and I'm like, if we don't make this plane,
Yeah.
if it's not leaving, I'm
That's
I'm
it.
taking a train back
Yeah.
to
I
Norfolk.
literally don't know how you didn't just leave, because I would have been like, trip's canceled.
Yeah.
Like, that was
It's done.
I
Everyone
was
give me a refund. That's not it.
I was throwing up all night because I was so stressed. I'm like, whatever. Anyway, fuck United Airlines, fuck Newark Airport. I'm never
Mhm.
going there again, and I'm never using
Mhm.
it again. Anyway, so Nova Scotia was fun. We got to see some puffins, eat some poutine.
Ooh.
It was like, when we got there, we were like, God wanted us to be here because we were not about to be here. But yeah, so I went to Nova Scotia. And then after that, honestly, a lot of my stuff was like a little depressing. I spent most of the summer consuming vampire content for a little
Yeah, you did.
side project I'm doing for the
Mhm.
podcast, which I was hoping to finish by the end of the summer, but it's just like gotten out of hand, I think.
We got some time still.
Yeah.
I mean,
It will.
I'm looking forward
It
to it.
will be posted when it's posted, and
yeah,
that's
the
that.
thing.
So,
That's the thing. I'm committed at this point. I've watched it'll be 30 movies by the end of this. I've read like 25, 30 books. I've
yeah.
You
watched
were
like
locked in.
10 movie or TV shows. It's like, it's bad. It's
Yeah.
and it was an accident because, so for example, I only had 3 Anne Rice books on my list. I'm on book 6 right now, like kind of on accident, just because like I couldn't
You
stop.
can't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I started a grad school application this summer. TBD.
Okay.
TBD on finishing.
Really?
I did. So I'm looking at like a master's of library science, but they were like, we
Yeah.
need you to write like a personal statement and update your resume. And I was like, I'm gonna get there.
Chat GPT.
Yeah. Oh,
That
for
might be-
sure.
that might be the future. Let's
Hell
see.
yeah.
I went to the movies a lot.
Mhm.
Went to the beach a lot. Found out that Scott is afraid of the mole crabs at the beach. I thought that was fun. You know those little
Oh.
guys?
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like holding it. He's like,
Interesting.
what the fuck? Like, is that
He's
gonna
like,
bite
"No."
you? Yeah, he didn't want to hold it.
Get that away.
It was eye-opening. It was very interesting. Then he was afraid to walk on the sand because they like,
Oh my
they're
gosh.
there's
Yeah.
like
They're
200.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Come
that
on,
was
Scott.
so exciting. Scott turned 30. I wrote this down because we're being open. We're changing things up. I, for the first time in 12 years, am off birth control.
Wow.
I love that for you.
Yeah, not because
You're
of, like,
trying.
children.
Yeah.
No, I'm like really, really concerned about the length of time that I've been on birth control.
Yeah.
And like the
Fair.
repercussions of like that potentially
Oh,
with
yeah.
like the hormones and
Were you like on the pill, or was it like just like
patch.
something
Oh,
else?
yeah.
the
Okay,
patch. And it has the highest amount of hormones in it because it's like transdermal because it has to
Mhm.
make it through your skin.
Yeah.
So I just like for some reason recently have just been really worried about like blood clots because
Yeah.
like that's a very common
Yeah.
side effect. And so I was
Yeah.
just like, maybe we just see what that's about.
That's
Okay.
amazing.
Am I bitchier? Maybe.
How is that going?
I think I'm bitchier.
Yeah. Great for us.
yeah. Oh yeah, I'm gonna
Great
have a
for the
lot.
pod.
Yeah. I'm having some headaches, but I think that's just like my body being like, all
What
right.
the hell?
Yeah. 12 years is a lot.
Holy
Like that's
crap.
what's scary. Like
Honestly.
when I was talking about like this option, not with my doctor, with my husband, I was just
Mhm.
like,
Of
12 years
course.
is a long time.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't seem like that long until like I was thinking about it, and I was just
Yeah.
like. Anyway, so
Props to you for actually doing that, though. I've tried birth
Seriously.
control, and
yeah.
I just wasn't fucking with it. And I'm like, I will just do the hope and pray method, and like,
Just
it's gotten me this far.
It's
So
I mean,
It's up to God's hands now.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't do the pill. I tried,
No,
and it's
yeah.
just like the daily situation.
It's annoying.
It's not for
Yeah.
everyone.
That's a lot. Yeah.
And the IUD is just way too much going on.
It honestly, it is
Because they don't give you pain.
I really love the
stuff.
idea.
Yeah.
but I
Theoretically.
yeah.
Great idea.
Yeah.
I just like a lot of my
Yeah.
friends have like almost passed out in that doctor's office, and it's like that
Literally.
would for sure be me because
Yeah.
I've almost passed out giving blood. So like this
Yeah.
is worse.
Yeah. Especially
Yeah,
when you
this is it.
see like how they do it. Yeah, that's too
And
much.
then the
Yeah.
arm one, that one scares me because you're supposed to be able to feel it. One of my
That's
friends had it, and she's
disgusting.
like, "You can feel it in my arm." I'm like, "I don't
That's
want
disgusting.
to. I don't want to do that."
That's
No.
crazy.
So anyway, so we'll
Yeah.
see how long that lasts, and I don't know. I'm really paranoid now. And then
Yeah.
just to like end it off, I did restart Weight Watchers. Woo!
Hey.
All right. We love
Open and honest. Anyway,
I love
Yeah.
this because
Big
this is
summer.
what we do on the close friends list.
So true.
podcast.
So true.
Honestly, just gabbing.
Oh my gosh.
Who's next? Who else had a better summer than that? Because all I did was watch vampire shit.
First of all, we love that.
Yes.
I can go. So yeah, so had my birthday and then came back. It was a low. Bored, like
Obvi.
not doing anything. But I did watch like countless hours of soccer. I don't know
Mhm.
how many. I
Mhm.
can't tell you because I was just like all day because there were two tournaments happening.
It was the
So
Euros,
Copa
right?
America, which was like North and South America national teams like competing, and then the Euros
Mm.
happened, so all of European like soccer teams were competing. So I was watching just like 4 to 5 soccer games a day, and
Mm.
then like it dwindled down, but there was still like some in the morning that I could watch, some in the evening, and then I stopped that again a low. Like after the finals happened, I was like, what do I do with my time?
Mhm.
And I again was going to do like a little pod moment for it, but then it was just too much and I was overwhelmed. So sorry for all the soccer fans we have in our close friends list, but that's not happening. I saw concerts. I saw P1 Harmony, which is a K-pop group. I saw ATEEZ, which is a K-pop group. And then I saw Niall Horan like the other day, and that was
I love that.
pure perfection. Like that was amazing. So the podcast boys that inspired me to like fully like deep dive into the podcast world, they were going to America and they had a show. So I got to go to their show. I met them and I got to tell them that they have inspired me and my friends to do like a podcast, and like seeing their old videos like helped me see like what we should do, what we should not do, like, and because you got to learn from somewhere, and like what other way than to see like podcasts that came before you to like easily be like, okay, they did this,
Yeah.
and now I can do this and not have to do all the mess of finding that. So I got to tell them that, and it was amazing. They were like, we're so gassed for you. And I was like, thank you so much. I love you.
Do you want to shout them out, or like you're just,
Yeah.
So shout out Shits and Gigs podcast. I love you, James and Fuhad.
Also, can we
and
talk about the
then-
photo that you took with them?
Yes.
This sis was
shout out
snatchy.
Skims, first of all.
It's always a Skims
because
moment.
Kim K's got me looking right. And then next to my two zaddies, got me looking
That was a great
right.
photo.
So yeah, I loved it. And I stare at it often. It's too much.
Yeah, I screamed. I screamed
Yeah.
and screenshotted it and then sent
I
it in
was
the
like,
group chat.
thank you. Like this needed to be included in everything. It might go in an Instagram post. We'll see.
It has to.
It's like I can
Um,
spot a Skims like on any Instagram.
Gosh.
Someone's wearing it. I'm like, I know that's Kimmy.
I got it.
Like,
I gotta
know
get
that's
it
Kim
then.
K. Thank you.
Gotta get it.
And what's also funny is like the dress arrived that day of the show.
It was meant to
And
be.
so I was like,
Mhm.
hopefully it works. It did, obviously, because Kim K would never fail us like that. I went to a really inspiring event about empowering like Asian American voices, and then saw the Philharmonics, the a cappella group, and so that was incredible. I went to a book launch event for a client. That was fun. She was
like,
nice.
out and about
then
this
she
Yeah.
summer.
Yeah,
I
you were
was out
doing
and about,
things.
like,
You were seeing people.
recently. I was
Yeah.
trying. It can't be just a low summer after my B day. So I was like, be
Yeah.
out. So, and then I went to Texas recently, and that was, I'm just now getting over the exhaustion of that. But, and every day was above 100 degrees, and I
Yuck.
wanted to D-word, but
Yeah. Unalive.
we move on. So yeah, that's me. That was my hot girl summer. Literally hot.
Yeah.
Literally hot. Damn.
Literally, I was sweating all of Texas, but we move on.
So I did not do nearly as much as you guys. I think that
Now that I listed it, I was like, oh wow.
you did like a lot. You guys were like actually making moves, and I was doing the
I'm
opposite.
just like in my home.
You
I mean,
were
my
making
shit's like,
a move.
I
Yeah,
made
yeah.
the biggest move of my life.
Ooh.
So I started the summer obviously with Aaron's birthday. And then just like you, Aaron, I was in the hockey finals, like the Stanley Cup finals were around. I was getting into that. Unfortunately, Capitals did not go very far. Like we know that. And then the next tier team didn't get far after that. So I was just going down the line pretty much like every
Every new round, you're like, what's
every
my
new
new
round.
team?
Yeah, like who's my new team here? But yeah, that was like a bit. I stopped talking to someone and then started talking to someone like a week later. So that was fun. We're dating now. So
Yay!
I officially have an actual boyfriend, like not just one that's saying like it to their friends on like a game or like
right.
just in my head. Like this is my man. Like
Yeah.
he's my man. So
Yeah.
that's like the most thing I've been
Honestly,
doing.
I mean, that's like
yeah,
a whole thing.
it's been like a whole thing.
Yeah.
What else? I mean, I really didn't do much. Like we took a trip to Natural Bridge. That was fun. He's like really fit and I'm like really not. So I had to
Wait,
what do
you
you
are a
mean?
fit mommy. Don't get it.
Well,
no.
twisted.
I cosplay as a fit mom. Let's start there. Okay.
No.
To
It's
me,
on
that's
close friends
real.
list. You're a fit mommy. Come on.
Yeah.
I cosplay.
I see the gym
so
pics.
like I thought I'm like, yeah, I go to the gym a couple times. Like
Yeah.
I do what I need to do. No, this man like breeds the back of like food packages for like nutritional value. And like I
That's
ate a
crazy.
honey bun in front of him one time and he looked disgusted, like mortified.
Okay, that energy is not giving. I know we loved him.
No, we
but,
love
like,
him, but he was
yeah.
like, do you know what's in that? And I'm like, I
Yes,
Don't worry
now move
about
on.
it.
personally don't care because
Yeah.
like this is like my hyperfixation food right now. So like I'm just gonna eat this. But yeah, but he's like actually like fit. So we went on a walk, like a trail at Natural Bridge, and I don't even like walking to my car to my house. So I have to fake essentially that I was just like this like fit like active girly.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
was like literally out of like breath. I went like it was embarrassing how
Man.
much I just could not like keep it together. But
I wish I've like hiked there to know like what.
and
that
it's not
is-
even like a hike. Like
That's
I'm
what
not
I'm
even
wondering.
It's
Yeah.
like it's just a straight walk.
Oh, okay.
Like there's
Okay.
not even like there's some stairs and that's it.
Okay.
But it was just like 2 miles of it. And it was
one
like
way or total?
like one way that way and then one way back, like to
Yeah,
the
that's a lot.
car.
That's
And
a
it was
lot.
like
So
90
4
degrees.
miles fully.
Right.
No, like one way and then you go and then 1 mile back. So 2
Oh.
miles total.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
2 miles. 2 miles.
Yeah. Anyway, that was like the most exciting thing that I've done. I sweated a ton.
The photos were cute though.
The photos were great. Yeah.
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 Photo
But
was cute. The content you got was so cute.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did
Aw.
what I needed to do.
Am
which
I about
was
to
nice.
block Adia because she's in love? Maybe.
Do you know?
I don't
So
know.
here's the thing. And I'll get back to my summer. I realized that documenting my fails like in dating and just how shitty that was, I didn't realize how many people like actually like resonated
Oh, okay.
with
Yeah.
that. Because now that I actually am in like a relationship and like
Yeah.
it is fairly well, people are like, when you were so much better when you were like miserable with men. And I'm
Oh
like,
no.
I'm sorry.
I'm not like, I want you happy. I want you in a relationship. I want you in love. Am I about to block you because I'm not in love as well? Maybe, but
I was that girl too.
I do want the best
Yes.
for you.
Yes.
obviously.
Like no one's like,
right,
oh my
right.
gosh. But I think
I'm
like
not
more
here for your
people.
downfall, but
Yeah, but more people were like, you were
Yeah.
just so much better. Like you were just
Well, I feel like-
funnier. You were
That's what I was about to say. Like
Yeah.
entertaining, I guess.
Yeah.
Which is like okay.
and it's like I can't
thank
really be
you.
entertaining with like my relationship because it's
Right.
like I don't want to seem like I'm like bragging or anything. Like
right.
but at the same time, like I've never experienced this in my life. Like even when I was
No, yeah,
married,
they
like
were-
I've never,
We're so happy.
never.
We're so happy. that
Yes.
you
I
have
love like
this. Yeah.
one more post and like Aaron's gone.
Yeah, and you won't be the only one. I wouldn't, you
Like,
know,
may
I
put you on mute, but like, no,
I get it.
Adoring this, I love
I
this.
get
like,
it.
I love this for you, and I have like all the situationships, I wanted you to be happy.
Yes,
Like, you
I
are my
get
girl,
it.
you are my friend. I want you to be happy. But the
But
posting,
yeah, no,
I don't need to see
I'm on the same wavelength. But speaking of that, so I guess the other part of my summer is like I've kind of been like a pseudo, I don't want to say stepmom because like I'm not a stepmom
Yeah.
and that's like an
Right.
actual title, but like Scott also has 2 daughters and been hanging out with them a lot, which has been such a change from hanging out with like Phoenix to go from like being literally like punched in the stomach and like farted on and like
just like a boy.
yes,
Yeah,
like a
right.
boy to like 2
Yeah.
girls wanting to play Barbies and draw
Yeah.
and color. And
Aw.
it's just so nice. And I'm like, oh my
I
gosh,
love
this is
that.
amazing. So that's what I've been doing most of my summer. I had a week off of work. What did I do? Absolutely nothing.
That's what you should do on
Yeah.
a week off of work. I took a
Honestly.
week off of work and I wanted
Yeah,
like
it was whoa.
no, because the United situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I took a week off of work and was like, I forgot what I do, but also
Well.
I need to get back to California because
Yes.
I'm sweating.
Yeah.
Speaking of work, I am unintentionally important now.
Yeah. Right.
More than before. I'm
Yeah.
like actually client facing and
Which has honestly been worse for our group chat than the boyfriend.
yes,
Like,
I will say
Honestly,
I am actually clocking like 40 plus hours. When I say plus, I mean like maybe 1 or 2 because
but that counts.
I'm not going
41.2,
past
but
like,
it's
you know,
overtime.
That
but it's
counts.
overtime essentially of like actual work.
Yeah.
And it's like crazy to
Yeah.
me. So yeah, I'm actually working. Things are going fine so far. My mom came to visit for the summer. I still have a mouse problem.
Oof.
She's furious that I still have a mouse
No.
problem. And it's not like I can be like, Mom, I spent my mouse money on a trip to California.
But
So
the thing, it's so tough because it's like, how do you really get rid of that?
that's what
you know
I'm
what
saying.
I mean? It's
That's
like,
what I've done all that I can do
Right.
to make sure that like it's not like
It's not a you issue.
thank
it's
you.
like a
yes.
a situation.
Yes. So
Mhm.
The mice
The
are the
location.
problem.
the mice are the problem.
Yeah.
I'm not the problem.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
yeah.
you got rid of your whole couch.
That's what I'm
Like,
saying.
What else?
Like,
is
what
there?
more can I do? I've taken their home.
Yes.
Like, I like,
Yeah.
I do what I need to do. Anyway,
Yeah.
so that's just
Yeah.
like what I've been doing
I love.
with life. Not much else. I'm barely like on
Honestly,
the internet. Like,
I could tell. I feel like I send you things, and then like 3
No.
business days later, it's like, haha.
yeah, no, like my my days are literally it's that that episode of SpongeBob when he's normal and he's like
Yeah,
that's
or like yeah.
that's
okay.
my life now.
Yeah.
Like Monday,
Yeah.
Tuesday, and Wednesday, and Saturday and Sunday I have Phoenix and I'm doing the mom thing, and then the other time I'm like with Scott and I'm working, and then like it's the same thing over again, and then like I ran out of weed and I was like, what the hell am I supposed to do?
You're
Like it was like I was
"Hello."
like short circuiting for a second because I used to get it from Alex, and Alex isn't grow anymore, so I'm like I'm not
Mm.
buying it like a druggie, like
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. So I had to like find an alternative. I finally found an alternative, which has been amazing. So yeah, I mean, I've been
A lot
drinking more,
happened. Ooh.
like an actual,
Honestly, me
like
too.
a nice little drink at the end of the day. It's like really been hitting. I'll tell you that much.
I can't
now
relate, I'm sorry.
understand,
Yeah,
like,
I know.
when I was a I now understand like when I was a kid, like
Mhm.
my parents coming home and being like, I need a glass of wine.
Yes.
Like I get that now.
Damn.
100%.
Me too. Like me and my roommate have been like, oh, should we like have a margarita? Should we have a
Yeah,
seltzer?
Like a nice little
yeah.
nightcap.
The answer is yes.
yes, yeah. So unfortunately, I'm boring now.
I don't think you're boring.
I wish I had like more exciting stuff. I will say one of the more funny things is that like as soon as Scott and I were like official, I swear to you the amount of old situationships that came out of the woodworks to hit me up was like insane.
They knew it was
Oh,
summer.
they
were
knew.
like,
Yeah.
Like do you guys remember Doorbell Daddy?
Yeah.
That
Yes.
is literally married.
Right.
That, and then he moved to
Oh,
Florida.
Yeah.
Yep.
He
Yep.
texted me not even like hours later and was like, I'm going to
That-
be in Norfolk for one day.
Yeah. I remember you saying that, and I, was
remember
like,
you
come on.
texting us that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
So-
like, no, bye bye.
Yeah. Lost lots of followers. I will say that.
For
But
the
that's
best.
fine. Yeah, that's okay. I get it. I wouldn't want to see it either. But yeah, no, I'm just regular old.
What a summer, guys.
Just
I
to
know.
go. Yeah.
I
We had a
know.
busy, honestly, Adia, that was a busy summer.
Yeah.
It felt like
Yeah.
we did a lot. So
I'm ready to
busy summer
do a
gals.
big bang. Oh, the last thing is Phoenix's birthday party is coming up. It's Teenage Mutant
Oh.
Ninja Turtles.
Man.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
Teenager.
yeah, he's a teenager, so it's crazy. Yeah.
I literally can't believe, but
I can't either. I don't know.
It is wild to think.
I feel like a teen mom. Like, I'm just,
you literally are. So
yeah.
So true.
Someone was like, you do not look like a mom. And I'm like, do I take it as a compliment that you think I'm cool enough?
Right.
Or do I
Yeah.
take it as an insult that
Like you're an irresponsible
I'm
mom.
an irresponsible
Right.
person?
a teen pregnancy.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I don't know how I'm going to read that there. But I will
Yeah.
say, yeah, I don't know. It's been probably one of the better summers.
Yeah.
I have to say,
Mhm.
minus like the global warming and like literally,
Yeah.
I haven't
Yeah.
even looked at my bill for my power for the AC.
Honestly,
So
don't.
It'll
It
be
rained
what
this week, and
is.
I was like, "That's good for my
That's-
power."
no, I'm like, please keep it up. Please keep it up, Mother
Please
Nature.
stay cloudy.
I cannot afford
Yeah.
another week of the AC on 68.
No,
okay?
I really can't. We're up to 72, and I'm like, but I mean, we don't get much sun
Yeah.
in the house, so it's fine. But
yeah.
it's like even that bill.
No.
like, come on.
I've been cutting it in other places. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm unplugging everything.
Yeah.
Like when Phoenix is
Yeah.
not there, I'm at Scott's house. I'm not
Right,
using
right.
any
Yeah.
utilities
Oh,
for
yeah.
3 days because I'm not. Who's doing that? That's insane.
No water,
And
no electric,
nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
No, nothing.
No, I've even like kept Dewey at Alex's house for like 2 weeks because I'm like, I'm not buying you dog food.
Yeah.
Like no, you gotta cut where
That's
you can.
So funny.
We're
Man,
ballers
is
in a
so
budget
funny.
around here, okay?
so true.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Man, well,
Yeah.
while we were having a hot girl summer, the world continued turning, and
It really did.
like a lot
Unfortunately.
happened.
Too much.
Unfortunately.
Too much happened during the
So,
time.
We do have a little listy of like, some things that we have some opinions on.
Yeah, and since we weren't able to like share it with you guys, like here's our unasked for opinions.
for
'Cause
sure.
we'll give it to you because we want to. This is our show.
So I don't know where we want to start. I mean, I see what's first on the bullets.
Yes.
Do we
I
start
feel
there?
like this.
Speaking of bullets, no,
Speaking of bullets. No, I was literally going to say the same thing.
let's just dive right
Speaking
in.
of bullets, everyone in America now knows where we're going with that. Donald Trump assassination attempt.
So
Yeah.
before we get started, we can only say so much before getting put on a watch list.
What are you planning on saying?
No, literally.
Shouldn't have missed.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Well, it was
I think it
staged, right?
was
Like,
Oh, 100%.
so
A
For
100%.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
I'm glad we're all on the
Yes.
same page. Like that was a staged moment.
that was the most embarrassing Shonda Land production I've ever seen.
not Shonda Land.
First, don't even put that on Shonda.
That's what I'm
So
saying.
true.
Like, it's
Shonda
they,
wouldn't have missed.
they tried. They really tried.
No.
And just the fact that like other people are not like clearly saying that it was staged, like the fist up,
I mean,
like
that
just
photo. Props to the
pic?
photographer, but also like,
You're
come
lying.
on.
that was embarrassing.
Well, it's wild because like the Secret Service, you'll see like other angles of like when it happened. The Secret Service was like, "Oh, photographer, like come
Mhm.
over here
Mhm.
and like go over here." And the person who like got that shot was like moved to the side to the front.
Yeah.
And then Donald Trump was like,
Yeah,
I mean,
and I was like, first of all, put your fist down.
please.
You're not black.
Please.
I can't remember which other president it was who like survived his assassination attempt, but when you see that video, 'cause
Yeah.
it was circulating,
Mhm,
obviously, social service,
Social services.
Secret Service,
Yeah.
has that man pinned to the ground.
Yeah,
and
they don't
is,
want
like,
you to do shit.
No, they're like dogpiled on top of him to protect him. So like,
was it Reagan?
I
I think so.
honestly,
I think so.
he's had a couple, I think.
I think so too.
but it's like when you see that video and then you see them like letting him put his head up and take
Mhm.
the photo and like the
Letting him
photo
Even
was
walking in the
How
car,
lax they
too.
were.
right,
Like they heard it
Mhm.
and then they were just like, and then Donald Trump got down on the ground and then they were like, oh, get down. And you're like,
Yeah.
hello.
And
This was staged.
the place to where the shooter was, there's no way on God's green earth that they
That
didn't
they
check.
let that
There's
happen?
no
Yeah.
way.
Exactly.
There's no way.
The bit is that like even like conservative like media have been like, the Secret Service like scopes out these places like days in advance and like has people set up, has it ready, and then they're like, they just didn't see that man. That
like there's
very
no
close
way
vicinity to the area.
Well,
there's no way.
There are civilians who have videos of him like, what's he doing over there? And it's like
trying to alert people.
Yeah, so you're telling me that they didn't see him or know or weren't clued in. It just, nothing adds up. And then, you know,
nothing.
The ear bandage.
That was, seeing those dumb ass people wearing those at that rally.
With like a piece of paper, just like right? I was like, you're stupid. Yeah.
Literally. That's embarrassing.
Honestly, like after that happened, it was looking bad. It was looking bad for the country because like the way an assassination attempt like raises people's like perception and like sympathy for that person. So I was like,
we were
over for November.
I thought we were cooked, just done.
However, the tide has turned.
Listen,
on a little Sunday,
National Ice Cream Day,
iconic,
to step out of the race.
Thank the Lord.
Which was crazy on a Sunday. I was like,
literally.
He probably didn't even know it was Sunday. Let's start there.
First of all,
it's rough.
Good, because we need to age limit presidency.
We really do.
Like,
we need to age limit for a lot of things.
Yeah, but especially presidency. Like, why are you 81? Like, you need to be
retired
in an old folks' home.
Go home.
Really, my first thought was like, go have fun being a grandpa. You know what I mean? It's like, just live your life, like retire. Like, we're vibing.
Yeah.
Why do you want to work so
why?
late?
Yeah. Why do you want to work so bad? Like, help us understand.
You don't need to.
Like, because I'm not going to be working at 80 if I can't help. If
I barely want to work at 30. Like, what are we talking about?
No one's asking for you to do this. Like, we were begging for him to step down. Like, begging.
Yeah. I was just shocked because of the time frame. Like, it is so close, and you know, the primaries are over, everything's over, but
it was right before the convention.
Yeah.
So it's like,
which was actually smart planning to do it after the Republican convention.
Because everything Donald Trump said about Biden was null and void.
No.
Yeah.
What a waste. I loved it.
My favorite piece of that was like all the merch that he had, like Boo Biden or like whatever. Like, you spent all that money now and he's not even the nominee. So
word on the street is his campaign is broke, but
for sure,
TBD on that one.
I mean, he's broke too.
Well, true.
All that money,
I mean, all his jail time and court dates and
where's it coming from?
Well, yeah. So now we got our girl Kamala.
Thank the Lord.
Yes.
Someone who can actually string together a sentence.
Please.
Yeah, someone who's
a coherent
young-ish.
sentence.
Right. Her vibe is young. It's giving energy.
Yeah, she's 60.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like it,
she's
but
doing like 6 rallies in the same time frame Donald Trump's doing 1. Like,
she posted that.
Yeah. We're already doing okay.
That was so funny.
Yeah.
I loved that.
So
I love that she's leaning into like the internet of like getting the support, because getting like those people, like, it's like what the Gen Z people, like the Midwest, like white women swingers, and like there's like another group or something, and she's got all of them.
I mean, she really is, like, because they were already kind of loving her, like the white women were already kind of loving her when she was announced as the VP, and that's the group that needs to be
well, because unfortunately white women are the ones who are voting for Trump, at least in 2020 or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, that was,
they swing it.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But she's great. She's leaning into it. I can't wait for Doug to be the first man of the United States.
Too.
He's like the perfect
the upgrade
person.
he gets.
100%.
And he deserves.
Yeah. I love that they're just like he's just like so happy whenever you see them on like video. He's like, do it, and you're like, I love this.
I have been living, because like this week she announced Waltz, and I love, this is, I feel like very millennial of me, but I kind of love the videos that she posts of her making phone calls to people, like when she did like "We Did It, Joe," and then like the one to Waltz where she's like,
I say that on my everyday life. Like, we did it, Joe.
But Doug also called, what's her name? Gina? Is that her? Is that his wife? And his video was so cute. It's like, I'm here to support you, just like Jill supported me. And I was just like, Doug, please. Like, it was so cute. Like,
I love that.
Because somebody was like, not her posting all these videos. And I'm like, low-key, keep them coming.
No,
like,
we need the content.
Honestly, yeah.
I love it. It's fun. It's fresh.
Getting her name
it's great
out there.
Getting Meg the Stallion
still
too.
need to
Please,
just
yes.
make sure she sticks to you know
Let's
things that she said she would, and like also because her candidacy is like not a perfect one, or like platforms that she has.
That's not what we're saying.
She's still a cop, a cab.
right.
Bottom line,
sure, we still need to. Anyone listening, just so they.
But for anybody on the fence who is pro cop, like Kamala's a cop, so
So do you want to vote for a cop or a felon? Which one?
Exactly. Although I don't think we have too many listeners.
Do you love crime?
Right.
So
yeah, I hope not. I mean,
no, it seems like a pretty simple choice to me. That's all I'm saying.
I would agree.
Gosh,
it's rough out here for the Republicans. JD Vance, a certified creep.
That was crazy.
Certified.
That's any clip that I see about him just being like, and and I'm like,
scares me.
But also, you're a politician. What are you doing?
A weirder Matt Gaetz.
Yeah. Right.
It is so weird, and the discourse about his wife is like just so like he's not like saying anything to be like, hey, that's my wife. Like he's just like, yeah, my wife is a non-white. Like what? Whoa, bro.
I'm pretty sure that's the only reason why he married her, to like be like, my wife is a non-white.
It is
so I can't
weird.
Be racist.
I watched a video of some like right-wing pundit that was like, how are we supposed to trust JD Vance when his wife is not white? You want me to trust someone who named their kid Vivek? And I'm like, oh no, you can't say that. Like,
you literally can't say that. But also, isn't there a like really like popular conservative man named Vivek or something? Like, so hello,
like it is
you're supporting him.
Like it makes no sense. He's like, how is he supposed to uphold the white family values when his kid's name is Vivek? I'm like, why are you hating
I
on
feel
his
like
kid?
that's why he's leaning so heavy into, because he said that people who have kids should get like their vote should count more. And he sorry.
Crazy.
So it's like he is really heavily leaning into like, I have a wife and kids. Like the family values of the know the Christian family values is like, okay, and the cat lady thing, like say less. That'll
like,
get the white women off your back.
What an insane idea to think that people with kids need to vote more. Like I'm trying to see the Duggars getting like 20
not the Duggars
plus votes. 20 plus votes. Insane. Mormons would literally rule the United States.
Exactly.
Would that be the worst thing though? Like Mitt Romney?
Crazy.
Mitt Romney wouldn't be the worst, but I don't even think Mormons like Mitt Romney anymore.
That's true.
But
no, turned for him.
Like and then what if you like find out like your parents voted for you your entire life, and then you finally turn 18 and it's like, well, shit, like that's just he's just not thinking things through. But he's also fucking couches, so like you can't really trust him.
Literally,
like what a rumor though. What a
the
rumor.
way this rumor has taken off.
I love it.
I do too.
They're like, Ashley Furniture hates to see JD Vance coming.
when Tim said, I'll debate him if he gets off the couch, please.
Oh, that was hilarious.
Please keep it coming.
And Kamala in the background, like
the way she wanted to cackle.
Oh my gosh,
she really did.
I love it. Yeah, he's a weirdo for sure.
Yeah,
that's unfortunate.
And everyone's like, he'd be the first millennial vice president. I don't want him.
No,
I like.
That's not.
I don't.
That's not a defining reason to vote for someone.
You know who should be the first millennial vice president? Pete Buttigieg.
For sure.
Is he a millennial? He is, right?
Is he?
Should be.
I think so. He's like right on the cusp.
Maybe. He's
like
40 something, I thought. But anyway.
Gosh.
Yeah. We can go on to something a little less heavy, but I mean, it has just been a roller coaster. Every day there's something new.
Every day.
And we would, again, text every day in our group chat being like, I can't believe we're not here. Like, I can't believe this happened. And
I will say, it's the best that no one is talking about Trump getting shot, though.
I know. People forgot, it seems like. Like, nobody remembers.
That's embarrassing. I would
honestly, it,
escape fear.
And then it was like, oh, done.
I would literally, like, escape. If, like, something so crazy would happen to me, people just straight up forgot. Like, it's like the girl that would come to school with, like, the leg brace, like, waiting for you to ask her, like, what happened. Or, like, the one that, like, posts a Snapchat of her in the hospital with, like, her hospital bracelet. And it's like, they're like, we don't care. Like, that's embarrassing.
That's literally what this is at this point. Like,
wearing that stupid little patch on his ear. Come on.
He got rid
Why
of
was it
pretty
so
quick.
large? All of the
Well-
doctors he has, and it has to be that large.
Exactly.
It's for show. That's why.
This is not next on the list, but I want to talk about it next. Justin Timberlake, his DUI.
Yeah.
It'll ruin the tour.
It'll ruin the tour, and then him just hopping back on the actual tour, like
No,
that he was
literally.
on, and just looking like coked
No.
out beyond belief. Like,
That's what I was about to say. Like the video
and
of
people
him.
like getting in his face and be like, "Get away from me!" And you're like, "What, bro? Chill."
he didn't learn his lesson, and that's very clear.
No,
I wish
Very
it would
clear.
ruin his world tour because we all know we're all
Yeah.
haters of Justin Timberlake on this podcast, and we have been for
Yeah.
ever realistically.
I love
but-
how humbling it must have been for him to be arrested by a Gen Z person who had no idea who
Well,
he is.
incredible.
I heard that this guy pulled him over and gave him a warning and was like, "Stop driving," whatever, and then he
Yeah.
like did it again, and he pulled him over again. So it's like you had low key a warning,
Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
And
still
he's like,
did it.
I have no idea who you are, old man. Like,
Honestly, and that is the step down he needs. Like,
yeah,
Mhm.
it's the icing on the cake. I love humbling
gosh.
people, being like, who are you?
yeah.
Who is this clown? You're not
Mm.
even a well-known clown. Like,
Seriously.
let's start there. That's
It's wild because he is really famous, but like not. I mean,
No.
not
Yeah.
everyone,
No.
obviously, but it's
like
so
nostalgia
crazy.
famous.
Yeah,
It's
well,
different.
this is true. I know everybody wants the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC to be.
I'm not everyone.
No, I know.
I wouldn't give a shit if
They do a reunion every year.
that's what I'm saying.
You know, it's
They've
like-
been doing
They
this
do.
for like a
Like,
while.
yeah.
So how many?
One Direction when? Like,
Right.
Thank you. Take notes.
something.
Please.
Exactly.
You want to talk about stimulate the economy? Bring back
A
1D
1D
and
world
and
tour
and
with
let's
all of them.
come on.
Adia will move some bills around. Don't worry about it.
I will move what I
Yeah.
need to move around.
I'll
Yeah.
open a credit card and I'll move
Well,
on. Like that's
thank
what we
you.
need to do.
That's the one.
Thank you.
The Capital One pre-sale,
Yeah.
whatever credit
All-
card.
yeah. all I
That's the
know-
actual one, the Capital One.
Mhm.
Yeah.
If she really wanted to win the election, that's what she'd do. First
She
day
might
in
be working
office.
on it. I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't.
I would
it
love
wouldn't
it.
surprise me. Like even if it was just like a photo op
Mm-hmm.
to just get the girlies going again. Like
Just like all five of them being like, vote for Kamala. And
That's-
I'd be
that's
like,
all I
"You
need.
got my-"
That's all I need.
Anything.
I don't need anything else.
Yeah.
So I'm a big TMG fan. Like I
Mhm.
like TMG is like one of the few podcasts where I listen to like weekly and
Mhm.
since the beginning. And there's been inklings about Cody being like talking to Tana or whatever, like way back in the day. But no one like really paid attention to it. I always thought I was like, I never liked Tana like to begin with. So let's just start there. Like
I remember tweets from like years ago of you like hating her.
yeah, like I don't I've
mm,
never
mhm.
liked like
Yeah.
her. I like her personality, just a lot of whatever. So I guess I just like wasn't interested in like caring
Yeah.
like if that was even like a thing or whatever. But having this come out, like Aaron, with you being in PR, I don't know if you know, but like everything he has not done, like I just feel like it's such a bad look to just completely stay silent, but you're still DJing, doing DJing events, and you're
That's
playing
the one.
you're
Yeah.
playing songs
You're
about
DJing and playing
pedophiles.
Not like us. You're like,
So for those who may
Hello.
not be as online and know what we're
Yeah.
talking about, Tana Mojo has come out that
Mhm.
her and Cody Ko hooked up when she was 17
And he was 25.
I was 25.
And yuck. And a lot of people, which this is shitty, a lot of people are saying, if it's true, I hope that's so shitty of Cody, blah, blah, blah. It's like,
Mhm.
the girl said it. It's true. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know what else you need to prove.
That's it.
The girl
Um,
said it, and then also people around her,
Yes.
like when she was
Have
17, like
corroborated
also
it.
were like,
Mhm.
who was it? Was it Gabby Hanna?
It was
Yeah.
Gabby Hanna, yeah.
Who was like
before she was really off the rails,
I said
too.
this and blah blah blah. Like there's footage of Gabby Hanna saying like,
yes.
Yeah.
I said Cody stop. She's 17, or I said
She
Yeah.
looks older.
And then
yeah.
rewatching videos and seeing just how he's looking at
I
her.
know.
And just it's like
Mhm.
gross. And what gets me is like
It's so
people are like,
creepy.
he has a kid, he has a wife. She was fucking 17,
Okay.
bro. Like I
know.
don't give a shit what he has
So
now.
The
Like
thing is like, what are you supposed to say? You know what I mean? Like, if he comes out and apologizes, that's admission, which again, we know at this point
Yeah.
that it's true. Like,
Mhm.
realistically,
Mhm.
Yeah.
she has no reason to bring it up now because she's not even accusing him of anything. She just
No.
mentioned it in
she said he had
passing.
the smallest.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So she mentioned in passing she's not like you know, coming for this man necessarily,
like
but
seeking,
yeah. So, I mean, what do you do if you apologize? That's admission, and it's like literally statutory, like literally.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
And he could get
no
kicked out
ifs,
of the
ands, or buts
U.S.
about
because
it.
he's Canadian.
Yeah.
First
so.
of all,
So I just feel
I
like
think
there is no option for him except to just, unfortunately, it looks so bad. It really does. But
it
it's
looks
like,
so bad, but like
what
he
do you
either
do?
admits it and then there's like a whole case, or he just like keeps going with what he's doing. But I think that like definitely him stepping back, because it was announced that he's stepping back from TMG and that Noelle is just gonna like continue on with like
which
the
Noelle
pod and
carried
stuff.
it anyway.
Well,
so
First of all, Noelle carried
recently.
it. But I think that is definitely a good thing, because like no one wants to see you in the limelight right now. Like,
yeah, I do
so
feel
that
like
makes sense.
their relationship has changed over the years,
Oh,
because
yeah.
for a long time they had a lot of chemistry, which is why their videos did so well. But recently it does feel almost like truly business.
Yeah.
Like we've said it before.
They
I think
didn't go to each
actually.
other's weddings.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
sure. For sure.
So,
in the past few years, it definitely has been like, oh, they're just coworkers
Right.
and not but like, because I also like was a big TMG fan, like was watching their podcast like from early days, and it was like you could tell when it like shifted, when it was like, oh, they're no longer like in the same room, or they're just like meeting for the pod and no other like content or whatever. Really, when they got famous, like more famous, they, you know, started that. But I was like, whew, yikesy do.
It's just weird. Like, why are you being a weirdo? Like, at 25, I can't even look at like a 22-year-old at 25.
Like, everybody that I've
That's
talked
the one.
to,
Like, why?
Yeah, everybody that I've talked to, it's like, even when I was 25, I remember thinking like 22 was too young, like to even whatever. So,
and she looked like, not to say that like it does looks matter, but like she looks like a child.
Well, yeah,
at
she
17.
didn't. She might have looked 18 if you even want to call it that, but like she does not look your age. She doesn't look 20. She doesn't look 21.
No.
You know, she's not like
It's just weird.
Yeah, so
it's a big yuck. And also it's like betrayal. It's like, damn, bro, I really supported you. I put money in your pocket. And
I saw them, you know, in Norfolk here.
I'm kind of glad I didn't see him now.
I mean, it was funny, but you know.
Yeah.
you know, no, I definitely saw them in like Maryland or something, but now
I mean, there's just a line.
Like,
there's a line, you know, and that's like being a creepo with like underage people is like that line.
Especially because I don't get it at all. I can't even pretend to get it. Like,
I would
in any
like
capacity
murder someone if Phoenix was 17 talking to a 25-year-old. Like I would be in jail.
No, you know,
and
we'd be right there with you.
Yeah,
like that's
why are you being
so
like just ill?
I just don't get the mindset. Like, again, we were talking about how when we were 25, like we wouldn't even like look at a 22-year-old. It's like, I just don't see the appeal or like anyone who's like that. And I literally would never even look at like someone who's under 21 and be like, yeah, that's a bit of me. No.
Like, especially because that was like right when
so
he was getting famous. So it's like you have the money, you have like the fame to be with anyone really that you want it to be. And it's a 17-year-old girl. Like,
was a power dynamic for sure too.
It wasn't even like, for sure. But I was like, it's not even like the clout, like, because obviously what they were doing was behind closed doors. So it wasn't even like making all sorts of content together. And like, maybe she showed up a couple times, like here and there, but it wasn't like so much. So I'm like, what really was the appeal? There was none. Like,
and if she probably wasn't the first one either, so
I know that's like the crazy thing.
He went to Duke too. Yeah, she's
literally
not the first one.
His best friend was convicted, and he was in that guy's. He was in Cody's wedding. So
and stop him before birds of a feather.
Unfortunately,
I was just about to say birds of a feather flock together. So
damn. Well, yeah, he's canceled, so we don't support. But speaking of canceled, and Tana, great segue.
Yeah.
Speaking of canceled Antana,
into Brooke
let's
Schofield.
talk about the uphill and then the downfall.
Because
it's been
for a week or two. Like, here it is. So Brooke Schofield, Tana's best friend, dated a musician named Clinton Kane, and ages ago, and then recently she like did an expose on TikTok being like, who the fuck did I marry? But not actually marry. Who did I date? And just exposing him because he like said that his parents were dead. They're not. Said that he was Australian. He's not. Like faked the Australian accent, like all these things. And so, yeah. So our girl Brooke, you know, she did that, rose to fame. But then the fall from that is even greater because then old tweets pop up.
As always.
Yeah.
That is the first step when you start to get any type of viral.
We have said this for months since we started this podcast. Like, I don't understand why people don't think. Like,
scrub. Like,
yeah.
Especially like all these people do have publicists, do have agents, do have managers.
Right.
Like, why are they not looking through your tweets and like deleting things or like whatever? Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Hers are wild because it's like kind of worse than some of the other people I've seen. I feel like.
Oh yeah.
I mean, she's definitely got like the classic, you know, slurs. But then she, I mean,
oh, she was going on like tangents. It's like one thing to do a slur, but like when you're like doubling down on like your thoughts for something, that's
when you're supporting
like
George Zimmerman.
My guy.
Yeah.
Like that is a whole nother level.
The inward thoughts need to stay inside. Like,
yeah.
Like, keep that in, please. But she released like 2 apology videos. First one was more general, being like, I'm sorry. And she tried to explain, like, she was like, oh, I was raised in like a very conservative, right wing, like, you know, household with her grandparents. My parents were drug addicts. That's
Fox News was on all the time.
At the time, that's why I thought that. But then, like, when I went to college, my views changed. La la la. I don't think that now. Okay, but just say I'm sorry and that was a mistake. Like, I apologize like profusely. But then the second apology she did, I think that should have just been the only one. Yeah. Like that. Her like saying she's sorry, like apologizing to the Black community, fully being like, I see that that's wrong. I see that this is wrong. Like, she should have done that and not posted that first one, because the first one, everyone was like, girl, no.
Big miss.
So. No.
The thing is too, while the second one may be better, the fact that there's 2 looks bad.
Yeah.
Like, it looks like
it's
get it. Straight up.
You didn't
mean it. You didn't mean it.
And like, she definitely should have just like thought about
the
apology video.
Like
I guess she wanted to like get something out quickly and be like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, I want to stop this like as it's happening, but that wasn't the one, honey.
But now it's like done. Like, people are not gonna.
The thing is, it's just like it keeps getting worse. So that's happening. She's going off on all these comments because people are calling her out, and she's like commenting. It's like, girl, just log off. You put your apology out there, log off. And then I don't know if you guys saw this, but she liked a post of Aiden Ross with Trump,
and it's like she did another apology video,
which made no sense.
That's so stupid.
The apology was it made no sense. She was like, I was just on a flight and I saw somebody who I met. The last person I would think. Aiden Ross is the last.
He's like the first person that comes to mind. Him, Vitali, whatever. Yeah. Like, those guys are with Trump.
That's what I'm saying.
Come on.
That's the last person.
I don't even know Aiden Ross like that, but I know
that's embarrassing. You need to know better people than if he's the last person.
Yeah,
like
for sure. So sorry, Brooke. We were on your side for.
We really were.
We were really riding too, because I still am on your side about Clinton. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, like it doesn't negate that at all.
Yeah, that's still iconic. Like, loved that.
Yeah.
This do better and not a.
She also like outed out like Alyssa Violet for being like a mean girl, which I mean I feel like everyone knew, but
honestly,
like
it doesn't surprise me.
No, not at all.
No.
But Alyssa Violet
also like that's crazy when she when after Brooke released her like "Who the fuck did I marry?" like posts, like a bunch of other people started doing that, and I was like, "Oh, I love this!" Like, victims rise up, like tell your stories, like get that. Like, I love this.
Yeah,
but I know we're kind of backtracking because now we're back on the "Who Did I Marry?" But I did watch like 10 of his videos. It was like.
Made no sense.
Watching paint dry. Yeah. I was so bored.
He's watching like, on 2X. Brooke said I set this at Thursday. I actually said it on a Wednesday. You're a liar, Brooke.
No, like the way he put together a Google calendar.
That's the one. The points that you're making are not the ones that
no.
you need to be making. Like,
is your mom
she said
alive
3
or
days,
not?
and they spend 2 days.
Like,
do you have an Australian accent or not?
Like,
are
you from there? Like, answer these questions. And he's like, it was like someone that was really close, like a
he's
mom.
Like, I only spent 2 days with her instead of 3.
I did cheat on her, but she got the days wrong. So, like, she's in the wrong. Like,
she
what?
said that I wouldn't let her go home. Well, actually, we only spent 40 days together out of 120. It's like, first of all, your math is wrong because when she slept over, that's 2 days. You're seeing her Tuesday and Wednesday because she slept over. It's just like his math is not adding up.
No.
That was
And he never answers if he's
crazy.
actually Australian or not. And then people were like, I went to high school with him and he's from Brunei.
Yeah. Just say that.
They're like,
just nobody
saw him in Brunei.
Just say it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's wild.
And then he's like, Brooke, it was racist of you to say that my mom doesn't speak English. And it's like, oh, so she is alive.
Yeah.
She does speak English. And you're like,
huh.
Does?
Interesting.
As in alive?
As in present tense? Yeah. No, he's crazy.
I know, because he took that whole thing out of context too. Like, she wasn't saying, I don't even think his mom speaks English. She was saying like,
yeah. I mean, well, now she might have been saying
like, now she might have been. Yeah. At the time, the context did not lean, but now I'm wondering.
Yeah, now she probably did mean it like that. Yeah, I could see that. That's insane. Yeah, well, sucks to suck.
It's been a big summer for her, that's for sure.
It really has been.
The higher you go.
Was rising, and then the fall was...
It's only a matter of time. You know, you can't really trust anyone nowadays, so it's only a matter of time.
Truly.
Damn.
Truly.
If you're a white influencer, just look back through some tweets.
Pretty much.
Like, what are you?
Pretty much.
Just don't be racist in the first place.
Just delete your Twitter when you become famous and start a new one. How about that? When
you're thinking about being famous, delete.
Just
delete. Because people will find you and people will find your stuff.
Easily. I found someone's like back in the day that was like really popular on Tumblr, and then they're like kind of like Twitter famous, and I was like following them, and I'm like, you said the N-word on Tumblr like a couple of times. Like, I remember like this, and like it came out.
You like scrolled back.
No,
for, like,
I'm like,
10
yeah,
years.
I found it. I was like, no, like here's a screenshot. Like, I found it, and then like I guess some other people found it, and they're like, you know, I'm so sorry, guys. Like, I'm opening up my DMs to like all like people of color that want to like give me basically like help me be better educated and like learn more or whatever. And I'm like, you're opening your DMs.
Slurs. Like, I don't know
what. And I think I like messaged and I was like, what?
What are you doing?
Why would you? What? I'm confused. I'm just so confused. Anyway.
That's bad too.
Always.
Yeah.
God.
It's not good. It's like hard art too,
crazy.
I'm pretty sure.
I just don't understand how you can be so dumb at this point.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like,
I was a kid,
it's not,
bro. We were all kids.
Well, the
like,
DMs one is wild because it's like, it's not like people of color's job to
tell
inform you.
No,
it's
like, and it's like you have so many followers that you have to open your DMs. Like, shut up.
Like, we could do better than that. Like, you could have done better than
just
that.
Be better.
That's so annoying. Yeah.
It was all just so fast. Like, overnight, it was Clinton Kane, and then overnight, it was the tweets, and it's like,
damn, can't even help you.
I can barely keep up. Like,
honestly, I wake up new text messages from like
everybody,
Katie being like, "Look!" I'll be like, "Hello, what?"
I mean, I woke up one day. There's like, it's 7 a.m. She's already posted her second apology. I'm like, girl, it's 3 a.m. where Erin's at. Like, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah,
obviously.
That's embarrassing. And then people started finding videos of her and Tana when they had a falling out of like how she slept with Tana's crush.
That was how they became friends, I think.
Yeah, which is
I thought so.
Just interesting. People are like going through the archives now, and I'm like, geez Louise.
Yeah,
I would hate for someone to go through our archives.
Why?
In case they try to find something like that. I not that they would.
Archives are bad.
I mean, I only have one thing in my archives that would be questionable, but
I just like think about when I pull up like my Facebook memories, pretty much all of it is like people posting on my wall about Glee or my diary. So it's
that's
like,
the good thing
you're
about
going
Facebook.
through the archives, like there ain't gonna be.
It's gonna be fangirling and, you know.
It's gonna be me liking 200
planking or
something. So hot, we love.
Yeah, nothing too crazy. Maybe being a little bit too creepy towards Joe Jonas, but
well, that could be anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, like, or you know what I mean? It's like, that's
Yeah.
fangirl life.
Yeah.
Like,
Concerning.
Yeah.
you never stalked that man for real.
No.
Like,
But thank
No,
God for
exactly.
Facebook memories, so I
Yeah.
can delete those when they pop up.
I love that.
Just change the privacy to
I just
display.
like delete like
Yeah.
cringy ones
Oh,
that were
yeah.
like, I'm like, okay, nobody needs to see this.
Yeah.
I do
It-
private them.
if
'cause
I
it's
do become
like-
famous, this is cringy, so we
Mhm.
don't need to. But it's not
Mhm.
like anything bad.
No.
Yeah. The Glee ones are like, that one stands out for some reason because it's constant. I think
Mhm.
everybody I know was
Yeah.
watching that.
Yeah.
And so like when they pop up, I do just like private them. 'Cause
Hide
I'm
it,
like, they're
yeah.
funny to me, but I
Yeah.
don't want this
No,
on my wall
like,
anymore.
out there.
Yeah.
Big yikes.
Whatever. It's just
Yeah.
so silly.
There was a couple of times where I've had some stuff like on Facebook memories, and it is like horrible, like misogyny jokes. Like,
I feel like you've
Just-
mentioned this before.
yeah,
I
just
think
like,
you definitely.
I'm in the
have. You
kitchen where a
definitely
woman
have.
should be.
Yeah.
Like, why would I?
Yeah,
I was
those
such
are
a
the
pick
ones
me
we'll
for a
delete.
moment.
Okay.
Like,
yeah.
like on Facebook when you wanted to like really get likes. I think
yeah,
I was
so when we get famous and people are like, look at this misogyny, like that's your apologies. Like I was actually
like,
just being a comedian
guys,
I
and
was
being a
being
pick me
I
girl.
was being a pick me girl for likes.
I just wanted a boyfriend.
I did, and I didn't even get one. So yeah,
Shit.
it was all for nothing anyway.
Yeah, literally.
But yeah, I think those are like the only like bad things. So I was like, you know.
So maybe we start archiving those. and-
Oh, they've been archived. They've been
Okay.
archived. Yeah, those are gone. Those are gone for sure.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So funny.
Gosh.
It is funny in retrospect. You know, like,
Retrospect,
it
I'm
really
like,
is.
wow, I
With
can't believe I
context.
actually thought like I didn't think that, but I was like, why
Yeah.
did I think that I would like say
Yeah.
that and get like someone sliding in my
Yeah.
DMs like, hey, you're a cool girl or something like I don't know.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
What's so funny is now that you're saying that, I remember one time in high school, I had, so in US government class, we were like, okay, we're going to write a bill. This is what you have to write the bill on. And we each got one. And then you have to choose if you're like Republican or Democrat and then like
Mhm.
have the class vote. And I remember growing up in Northern Virginia, like a lot of my classmates were Republican. And I was like, oh, like they're going to vote Republican. So I'm going to cosplay as Republican for this bill.
Oh my
And
gosh.
I, for the life of me, cannot remember, but I remember like getting up, saying my bill, saying things I like don't believe, but like that I knew most of my classmates because they at the beginning, my teacher was like, okay, like raise your hand if you're Republican. And then most of the class,
That's
3/4 of the class were
wild.
like raising their hand. And then like 5 people were like, I'm gonna be Democrat. And so I literally like was like, okay, well, I know how to get an A because then
Well, oh,
if
yeah.
Right.
your bill gets blocked, then you have to redo the whole
Yeah.
thing, make it so the bill succeeds. And I was like, I'm not going in front of the class twice.
Oh my
No.
saying
gosh.
about this bill. So I literally like in class was like, I believe this, like this is the bill, blah blah blah. But in my mind, I was like, I don't believe this. This
No.
is not what's happening. But I was like, yeah. And then everyone was like, yeah, I vote yes. Like,
Hold on.
put the bill in
Wait,
place.
okay, but that's kind of fair because I wouldn't want to do that twice either.
No.
It's like I did all of this work,
Yeah.
and then just because my classmates are being idiots, like I
Oh
have to
my
do it
gosh.
again.
Aaron, you just
I was
unlocked a
working
core
smarter, not
memory.
harder. Yeah.
That is a core. So you know Natalie. We can block her last name, but Natalie. You know
Oh,
Natalie.
yes.
Obviously, we
Yes.
went to high school together. And
Yeah.
this was back in Obama 08. So it was like Obama, Mitt Romney. And this is
Yeah.
back when Natalie
Yeah.
was Republican. And that was such a core memory because I remember like all the Republican girlies would write like Mitt Romney like on their hand or something.
Not on the hand.
Like, you know, like how 8th graders are back
Yeah,
when like
yeah, yeah.
writing stuff on her hands. And I
Yeah.
vividly remember Natalie writing like Romney on her hand. I'm like, Natalie, like, girl, you were not
BFFR,
Republican.
sister.
And she was like fully Republican. And now she's like the complete opposite.
yeah. Oh
I
my
love you
gosh.
just unlocked a core memory. I totally forgot about that.
That's incredible, first of all.
It's
Yes.
giving the Fox News thing where it's like
Oh,
she just
100%.
heard Fox News in
Yeah.
her home and was like, Romney's better.
No, I think a lot of girls were
yeah.
like that because it was like the cool thing to do. Like, I don't think she
Interesting.
had. I mean, we were in the 8th grade.
Yeah,
I
well,
don't think, or 9th
exactly,
grade. Like,
yeah,
we
yeah,
didn't
first
actually
time,
know
yeah.
like what the hell was going
Well,
on.
that's
But
what- I don't remember. I'm sure there was something for 08, but I just remember in 2004 we did something in like 4th grade,
For
like
Bush?
a little fake. Yeah,
Mhm,
yeah.
mhm.
And I remember putting Bush for no reason because like what like I don't even think I was
Like,
really
I
that
know?
Republican and my mom's not, so it's not like
Yeah.
whatever. I remember
That's-
we wanted Tim Kaine to win in my home, so I don't know like when his first
Yeah.
governor race or
Yeah.
whatever. But I do remember like Bush being on there, and maybe just because he was the recognizable. I don't even remember who he ran
Probably.
against.
Why did they
but
make us do that in school?
I guess
like,
to,
mock voting?
simulate
That was
to like well because I do remember
I mean, to raise awareness, but like
Yeah.
also
that's what I remember from my government class where my teacher was very like, it's important to vote in every single election, not just the presidential one. So, I mean, obviously the presidential ones are the ones we kind of did in school, but I do feel like it was more like an awareness thing, like start
just
kids
so funny.
young pretending to
Yeah.
vote so they'll like
I
keep
just
it up.
remember
I don't
just
know.
having beef with people that voted for someone
which,
else
like,
in like
good, but
grade
also,
school.
Oh man.
I just remember like in that classroom instance, like the girl next to me, who I was like really close with, we did choir. Like she was like, I'm obviously doing Democrat. And I was like, I hear you, sister. But the rest of our class is Republican. So I will be
Read
making
the
this
room
spell Republican.
literally.
Oh,
So-
yeah. It
And
makes
then
sense.
I think she had to redo her thing. And I was like,
See?
not me.
Couldn't be me.
Like, I'm not doing that again.
No.
That's funny.
No. There was a point in
Wild.
time when was it? Maybe it was like right before COVID, like right at when Trump was running for president. And there were a lot of people that were getting a ton of money for being like black and being Republican and like just talking about it on Twitter. And I knew they were all faking it. Like that's the thing. Like they were all doing it for money, which I love. But
Especially
like
2020, like we're talking
Yes.
Black Lives Matter was huge.
like there was just
huge.
a portion of time where like you could tell that they were just spewing like the fakest thing just to get like
copy paste from Joe Rogan.
yes, like to get the bag. And I'm like, I
Literally.
love this for you. I wish I could scrub like all of my democratic duties like that I've been talking about for all of my life, so I could just jump in on this for really quick. Like,
yeah.
I totally
Get
would
a
have done
quick
that.
bag.
I would have got a quick
Yeah.
bag for sure. I think
Yeah.
I would have done a really good job at just like regurgitating like all of the Fox News stuff, and then
It's
just
like the mess.
yeah, because they would like get asked to like go like on the news. He'd be like, "So you're a black supporter of Trump? Like, what do you think?" And they were just, it's
Well, I mean, you see how big Candace Owens
Yes.
is. Like,
Well,
she
she's the first one that came to mind.
yes,
was just spewing nonsense.
Yes, just
and,
talking.
like making
and they ate it up.
So-
They ate it up, and I'm like, would I sell out my morals for a
Right.
bag?
I couldn't. I
You
know,
know?
'cause, like like they're making good money, but they're not making that like
No,
because you
yeah.
have to do it consistently.
Yeah.
Is the thing like
Yeah.
it's not like one bag and
Yeah.
done. It's like Candace has been out here for
Yeah.
years on the streets.
Yeah.
Like
It was that
these-
one girl that started the GoFundMe so that she would raise money. So she acted like she was a Trump supporter.
Oh man,
She was acting like she got kicked out of somewhere or did something for wearing like a Trump hat. So she
Yeah.
started a
Mhm.
GoFundMe. None of it was true. She got like a
Yeah.
shit ton of money from Republicans that were like, "We are going to support you." And then she was like, "I'm not a Trump supporter. Like, y'all just gave me thousands of dollars. Like,
Yeah,
you're dumb." And it's like, there's nothing you can do about it. So she inspired me.
that's fair.
I would do that if I could. It's too late to do that now. Like, now it's like,
it's for sure too late.
you really can't,
But-
like, you know, be associated like at all like that, even as a joke.
Well,
but
especially-
literally, yeah.
It's like
Mhm.
every day, new downhill,
Mhm.
new low.
Yeah.
new-
Yeah.
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 So
I don't even see
So
anybody
funny.
really talking about him in a positive light. Even white people are like,
Yeah.
I think I'm switching
Even,
this.
like,
this
No, they're
White
done.
conservatives are like, who was it? Well, didn't you
No, there
send
was
a TikTok
somebody.
the other day, Katie, that was like
Wait,
Arizona Republicans for
Arizona
Yes.
Republicans.
the elected
Yeah.
officials who are Republican in Arizona went on the news in Arizona and they were like, we all need to vote for Kamala.
Holy
I'll send it to you. It's
shit.
wild.
Our
And they're a swing state.
person
That's a
is
big
not
deal.
it. And I was like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
And that was,
wild.
I mean, it wasn't just like an influencer. Like that was on the news. That was their
That
like
was a
governor.
news, yeah.
That was like, yeah.
serious business.
I thought you were talking about, there was another one where I love that we're like kind of reclaiming some things. The camo hat,
Yes.
like American flags, like
Mhm.
we love it. So there were these 3 white women like at a pool party all wearing like Americana getup.
Mhm.
And some guy was like, who are you voting for? And in my head, I was like, they're going to say Trump. I just know it.
Oh,
And
yeah.
all 3 of them
Yes.
are like, Kamala, we love her, blah, blah, blah. And then it was
They
a
like
stitch.
Harris
And this girl was like,
I was like,
I leaned
yes.
into my own bias.
Yeah.
So it's just been like a crazy.
Yeah.
We
ever
are.
since.
We're reclaiming the American flag.
Yeah.
Thanks,
I love-
Beyonce. She started it.
Okay, true.
She did.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What? Yeah.
She
I love
She's
really
about to
did.
pop up.
moment.
I already know it.
No, she cleared her schedule. Didn't you guys hear
Yeah,
this?
I did.
Yeah.
Cleared
What
her schedule.
schedule?
Not
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
nothing,
yeah.
but yeah.
She's clearing something.
Oh yeah, that's.
Also, I know you said it earlier, Megan Thee Stallion at the Atlanta rally.
Yeah.
I was
Oh,
living.
yeah.
I love that.
Hotties for Harris.
I love
Suit,
that.
I was like, get it,
Yes.
girl.
That's perfect. That's
I
a
agree.
perfect.
Icon.
Damn,
Literally.
it's a good time.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait for our politics episode in November.
Mm.
That's gonna be a wild one.
I know. I feel like we
Yikes.
gotta. We're opening up to close friends now.
Mm-hmm. We gotta let our
Uh,
freak flags fly.
I have a Harris flag coming to my house.
You do? I
Mhm.
love that.
Oh,
I might get a poll just for a flag.
I had a Biden Harris one because Virginia Beach is,
Mm.
little
Yeah.
red.
Little.
So,
Still little.
but I know a few of our neighbors. They've had some flags in the past, so I'm
Mhm.
like, I gotta put.
Mhm.
So when I was like, do I do Harris Waltz? And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. $8.
Yeah.
I could put a flag out.
Yeah.
Like just one of
Yeah,
those
why
little
not?
yard signs.
Yeah.
Or, I don't want a sign because that's like too much.
That's a lot
sign is
happening.
like,
Yeah.
But I could do a little flag.
But a flag.
Drove past a
Waving
Confederate
the
flag
way.
today
Please,
in Portsmouth, so that was fun.
please.
That was a good time.
Yikes.
Just straight out on the house.
God,
So
Yuck.
that's a good time.
is that what we get for reclaiming the American flag? No, I'm kidding.
You know,
no,
it's such a bummer because like the Confederate flag, stars and bars, is just such a line.
I've
Like,
never heard that in my life.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
Oh, it's
Either.
from like the deep south. When people were like stars and bars, baby, they mean the
Interesting.
Confederate flag. And I'm
Mhm.
like, what a fucking line that is, you know? Like
Arguably, you could say that about the actual American flag.
Yeah.
you could, but
I
like
mean, I know like the colloquial.
yeah,
at this
yeah.
point,
Or you go say that in Alabama, they're gonna
Let's
be
reclaim
like,
it.
yeah, we're reclaiming stars and bars.
Stars and bars.
That's our
Here
thing now.
first.
Yeah.
Close Friends podcast.
That's our thing
Stars
now.
and bars.
Yeah.
It's just such a good line. But
Damn.
speaking of stars and bars, actually, this was a big thing that happened in the summer. I'm sorry for a side quest. So Scott and I went to Natural Bridge, which is like, where is it? Some
It's
right
like kind of western.
Yes, it's like
northern western. Virginia.
northern Western Virginia. So you're getting kind of close to West Virginia, but like you're still in
Mhm.
Virginia. And this was an area that had like some Civil War stuff going on, which is you know you see like the plaques
It's
and
like
stuff.
Virginia everywhere.
Yeah, which is pretty much everywhere. So I was like,
Yeah.
whatever, nothing new.
Mm.
We were driving down like a divided highway, and it was just like trees and brush and everything. And I swear, like Bible, there was, I don't even know how tall this was, at least 10 feet, maybe like 10 feet, 17 feet. I don't, big ass statue of Robert E. Lee. But it was like in the forest, like right like at the forest line.
Wait,
like
was this
That's
like
crazy.
in the park or was this like just on residential
like
land?
going
or
on the way
like-
to the park. Like it wasn't even
the like Sons of Confederacy. Whoever has that like really tall like Confederate
Oh.
flag, like
Yes.
on
Yeah,
95,
yeah.
like they pay for like
right
that land for like 400 years.
Yes.
and they
Right.
just put that right there. And
But
like,
I thought it was like a moment where you think you see like Bigfoot like in the forest.
Right,
You're like,
you're
I
like,
saw
wait.
Bigfoot.
yeah.
And I'm like, Scott, it's a huge fucking Robert E. Lee statue. Like, we gotta get out of here. Like, I'm not sticking around to find out. And
Yeah.
he's like,
You
there's
see
no
my skin
way.
color?
No,
We gotta
literally. And I'm like, he's like, there's no way that like the statue would like still be there. Like people would like take it down. Like
Well,
there's no way. I'm like,
the thing is if it's in
Not
the
in
middle
the
of nowhere
backwoods
like
of,
that,
like-
exactly.
yes. I'm like,
Because they took them down in Richmond, but
Yeah,
you can't tell me
people
that
are
all these
there.
other random places in
Yeah.
Virginia,
No.
people are.
he like would not believe me. He's like, you just saw a tree. I'm like, listen,
No, you
I'm
just saw a
telling
tree.
you,
Don't
like,
gaslight me,
I-
first of all.
I know
saw
Robert E. Lee when I see him. Like, I know him.
We passed
That
him
man was
every
on
day.
Monument
He
Avenue.
was-
I've seen that man every day of my life. I made him
Yeah.
turn around and he was like flabbergasted because it was fucking huge. Like, but he was just enough like in the trees to where like if you weren't like paying attention, you would never notice it. But I'm like,
Mhm.
it's fucking eerie that like Robert E. Lee
It's just
has
there.
a big ass statue out here. Like,
Mhm.
who put him here?
Yeah, it's so weird.
was
Why is
like,
he
weird.
here? Yeah.
it's weird the fixation with like the statue thing because
Yeah.
I will say I have written a paper on Robert E. Lee before, mostly out of like, okay, I was in a leadership class and I wrote a whole thing of comparing the two leaders of the Civil War.
Yeah.
So it was like going back and forth.
Okay.
Yeah. I was not
Okay, good.
okay. Good. I was not like Robert E. Lee was
Civil War.
amazing. No. But it was
you.
like because I can't remember who it was, but one of the Union leaders like single-handedly like doubled the amount of time in the Civil War because he was such an ineffective leader and people hated him so much and nobody would listen to him. So he's going into all these battles and nobody's like listening to him. So, whatever. I wrote this whole leadership paper, but it's like Robert E. Lee wasn't even really a good leader is the thing.
No.
Like I'm writing this paper and it's like he just was up against somebody who
He
had
was
no
worse than him.
charisma. Yeah,
He was
exactly.
just a loser.
So then when, Ulysses popped in,
Yeah.
one and done, baby.
Yeah.
I mean, quick
Yeah.
turn of the tide. So it was just like
Got it
I don't understand like the fixation because it's like Homeboy was not even.
No, why would you want a statue of a loser? Like,
well, that too. Yeah. Just in general, even if you thought he did a good job, clearly he
no,
fucking lost.
Yeah.
Like,
Clearly the South lost. So.
it's wild.
that's embarrassing,
The fixation is crazy because
especially around here.
I mean, the whole place.
There's so many streets and places,
know.
and
It's wild when you just pass one too, because you're like, what?
yeah,
What?
middle
Yeah.
schools and elementary schools being named like Robert
Yeah.
E. Lee. Like,
That's the one.
what are we doing here? What are we teaching the kids?
I mean, Virginia needs to look at everything and rename a lot of things.
Yeah.
Because
For sure.
you be driving places and you're like, what?
Mm-hmm.
You're like, jump scare, what?
Yeah,
I mean,
What is this?
big yikes,
Lynchburg, what are
Yeah.
we doing? Rename, baby.
big yikes.
Rebrand.
That's the
Yeah.
one.
Really? That's probably the biggest one. These schools, one day. We'll get there one
Yeah.
day. There's too many of them. It's wild.
It would literally have to be like 75% of the schools in Northern Virginia,
Mhm.
like
Yeah,
all the schools in
just sweep them all
Southern
out.
Virginia.
Okay. The ones down here aren't
Rename.
that I know of.
I think
I
they
mean,
got him. They
well-
got some of them at least.
Oh, they got him. Well, there we
We'll
go.
see.
I think it's Richmond and up, maybe.
Mhm.
And West, probably.
Definitely
I
Richmond. Yeah.
can't think of any here. It's like Lakeland, Oscar Smith,
Booker T. Washington.
Cox.
There we
Did a
go.
good job there. Yeah.
There you
Yeah.
go. What an episode.
I know.
Mhm.
We'll have to part two to
Part
things we
two,
missed.
Yeah.
for sure.
Because there's so much.
See you guys next week. Yeah.
Stay tuned for drama, Olympics.
Mhm.
What else?
Yes.
What else is on our list?
We have
Give
so
people
many
a little
other controversies that we need to talk about. Like,
Gypsy Rose.
Yeah.
oh my
She's
gosh,
had
the
a
Ends With
hot
Us
girl
drama. I
summer.
need at least 10 minutes on that.
Have you
So-
guys seen the pictures? Because
Of-
there's like discourse about like the pictures of her mom, like the crime scene
Oh,
photos.
I haven't seen them, but I've heard people
Oh.
talking
People are
about
like her
them.
whole cooter is out, and they're like,
She's dead.
yeah, she's
Yeah.
dead. But they're like, how dare they take pictures of her with her cooter out?
Was it? It was the cops though from the crime scene. Like it
Mhm.
wasn't. Yeah. So it's like they probably just took photos.
They, I mean,
how
they
she's
had to,
found.
yeah. But
yeah.
people are like,
Touching her
I'm wearing
body, they
underwear
just
to
took
bed
some
now.
pictures.
Like,
Interesting.
people are like, I just can't believe what they weren't expecting to see like her cooter, and I'm like,
Yeah.
that's a dead woman. Can we like not?
Can we just?
That's the one. Like,
Yeah.
Like, let's maybe not talk about that. But
Anyway, we'll talk about all that next week.
yeah,
Right. Yeah.
Because by then, who knows? It could be something else with her
Mhm.
coming out.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
Every day there's something new with her too. She had a hot girl summer for sure.
Oh yeah, she did.
She really did, and I can't wait to deep dive into that
She popped off.
there was a time when they were like, "Is her baby actually
Please. The
a baby or not?" Like,
yeah, we're gonna
we'll
have
see.
to. Yeah, we'll
One
talk
of those
about
Yeah.
reborns. I wouldn't be surprised if it was like a reborn baby.
that. Wait.
Like those people that get like those really realistic babies that called
Oh,
reborns.
okay. I thought you were
didn't know it
alleging
was called
she
a
was like.
reborn baby.
Yeah, I thought you were alleging
was
she was like a
like,
virgin. I'm like, she
okay.
definitely had like multiple men this
No.
summer. Like,
No, I'm saying I wouldn't be surprised if she had like a reborn baby. Like,
oh my god.
Yeah.
Welcome to the close friends list, everyone.
I hope you stay a while. And the great thing about close
Yeah.
friends list is you can't leave until we take you off.
So true.
You can't remove yourself.
Exactly.
You're stuck
So.
with us now.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.